y'all doing? Hey, everybody. How is everybody doing? It is your gal, Victorious Val. Let me see if I can get this to do the way I want to so I won't be looking all over the place. How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing? Hey, Dark Angel. How are you doing? Come on in, come on in. It is your gal, Victorious Val Gal, on this wonderful Saturday evening. Hope everybody's doing well today. I got some really good information I want to share with you. We don't just talk today, y'all. We just gonna talk today, okay? We are gonna talk. So I am Val Dantzler of Limitless Living right here in North Carolina. Y'all tell me where you coming in from. What's your city? What's your state? What's your country? Where are you coming in from? I'm in North Carolina. And you know what? I felt like last night, I feel like today we need to just talk. We need to just talk because have y'all seen the interview on Shay Shay Club? Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen Shay Shay Club with Cat Williams? Have y'all seen that? I want to know. Now, look, I'm talking to my TikTok family here. Y'all share this, share this. I'm talking to my Facebook and YouTube family here. So if you see me going like this or going like this, now you know why, okay? But y'all share this, share this, share this. How many of y'all tap that screen? Give me some hearts if you guys have seen what's going on. Look, Shay Shay Club, the interview with Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams. I think it's only day 3 and they probably about at 5. I know they passed 5 million views. Okay. So I watched the whole interview last night, y'all. I watched the whole thing last night. And usually I don't watch things like this, right? I don't usually do that. Look, Bob said it's BS. Bob, why you say that, man? Why are you saying that? Listen, I'm like this. I normally don't watch things like that, but I sat down and I watched it. I didn't think I was gonna watch, but maybe like at tops 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. You know, I sat there and watched the whole thing. Hey, Papa Bear, I sat there and watched the whole thing. Okay. Very, very, very enlightening, I will say. Very, very, very enlightening. You know, yesterday we talked about some stuff is coming to the light. There are some things that's going on that has been going on for a long time, and it's starting to come to the light, y'all. This is 2024. So for so long I've been hearing 2024, 2024. This is the age of Aquarius, right? We woke. We getting up. We getting woke now. So there's some things that's been going on for years. It's going and some people. And look, people that I respected, okay? And it's going to start coming to the light. It's going to start coming to the light, y'all. It's going to reveal itself. It's just this dispensation of time. All right? But listen, that interview with Cat Williams and Shay Shay. Oh, I'm going to call him Shay Shay now, child. That thing was so good. Have y'all watched it? Has anybody out there watched it? Oh, let me turn my comments on. I'm turning my comments on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you guys got any comments, chime in. We're going to talk. We're going to talk today, y'all. We're going to talk. I see the hearts flowing. Thank you so much. I see the hearts flowing. Keep them coming. I love it. Okay. So I just want to know, has anybody seen it yet? Have you seen bits and pieces of it? Is it something that you're interested in? Hey, Trackstar, how you doing? I mean, y'all, some things are starting to come to the light. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Remember how I told you yesterday that my pastor that I set up, you good? You good? Great. My pastor that I set up under for, gosh, how long? Probably about 7, 8 years, right? And I told you he started out conventional, right? And then as he grew personally, just like I'm growing personally, as he grew personally, he started sharing it with us. So y'all, when all this pandemic stuff started, um, it was like no surprise to us. Okay. And he even told us about some stuff that was going on. And he had FBI knowledge of things going on from FBI. He had knowledge of a lot of different stuff, right? Because he was able to be in that world, right? But he was still down home, and he still like I'm gonna say like Cat Williams. Y'all got to see this. Pan, what is pan? Danny girl, what is pan? Okay. Thank you so much for the finger heart. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Oh, it's a typo. So what were you saying? What were you saying, Danny girl? It was a typo. What were you saying? So he had already told us about this stuff. Like, and for real, when we first heard it, we were like, what? No way. No way. You don't want to believe it because you want to hold tight on what your beliefs have always been, what your beliefs were, right? Even throughout your family. It's like you just want to hold on to it because it's comfortable, right? It's comfortable. It's what you know. It's something that you stand on. And when someone gives you something, an alternative to it, you tend to kind of like reject it, right? We have a tendency to reject it. Y'all share this, share this. Thank you, Danny girl, for sharing this. Thank you for sharing it. Y'all share this out too. But the truth is the truth. Y'all know I always say that. The truth is the truth. Okay? And it will come to the light. It will come to the light. All right? So, anyway, I can just quite tell you that. Thank you, Danny girl. Thank you. I could just quite tell you that for this interview, and you guys watch it. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I encourage you to watch it. It's almost 3 hours long. The longest interview I think I've ever seen. But yeah, I was sitting there watching it like a movie. I was all into it. So watch it if y'all haven't. Watch it for yourself. Okay. Cat Williams, we're talking about, in case you just now coming on, we're talking about Cat Williams, the interview with Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp of the Shay Shay Club. Okay, it's on YouTube, right? It's almost 3 hours long, and it is the most interesting interview that I have ever seen. It is breaking the internet. I know they're past 5 million views. 5 million views within the last 2 or 3 days. Okay? So if you haven't seen it, it's over 5 million people who have already seen it. Okay. And there's clips of it as well. Now, I can tell you that I didn't know a lot. I mean, I know who Cat Williams is, right? I've seen him in, some of the movies. Danny Girl said she saw some of it. Danny Girl, what you think about it? What you think about it, Danny Girl? Tell me what you're thinking about it. I'm gonna tell you, I was really in this interview. I got to find out about Cat Williams, where he came from. Danny Girl said he's not crazy. Girl, I don't think he's crazy. It's a lot of truth. Danny Girl, come on. I'm not fighting with it because, like I said, my pastor, he had told me a lot about this, and I'm not trying to get religious on you guys because it's not even about that, right? But oh, she said neither is Ye. They talked about Ye in the interview too. He talked about Ye in the interview too. Yeah, he did. But you know what? I think I don't have anything. I don't have nothing that's bad to say about any of them. About Cat or about Ye. Kanye. I'm just gonna call him Kanye because that's what I know him as. Kanye, right? I mean, controversial Kanye, yes. But do I feel like Kanye is trying to tell us some truths too? Yep, I sure do. Cat Williams have a little sugar in him. King, listen, I don't think so. You need to watch the interview. Okay, let me tell you about Cat Williams. Okay, people that speak a strange truth are made to look crazy. Exactly, that's true. But just because it's look, people look at me strange. People look at me strange, right? But I feel like, hey, I know the truth. And I always say the truth is the truth. And I back it by science, okay? No sugar, just his dialect. Okay. All right, Harlan. Hey Harlan, how you doing? So I was impressed. I'm gonna tell you, I was impressed with Kat, and I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all, this is early on in the interview. They start talking, and it's almost like Kat is coming out with these blows. You're like, whoa, right? But Kat, y'all, is a genius. I'm talking about his IQ level is genius. All right. Do y'all know that Cat Williams, okay, grew up, not no silver spoon in his mouth, nothing like that, okay? But do you understand? He was reading fluently. Guys, get this. At 3 years old, you gotta watch the interview. You gotta watch it for yourself. He is another level. I believe that. If you can be 3 years old and you reading books fluently, okay? And then he said, look, she's so dope, says facts, okay? Listen, then, he said, I fell in love with books. He said, I became a ferocious reader. Y'all, can you imagine? He said this now. I'm going by what he said. 3,000 books a year. Reading 3,000 books a year. Who does that? It sounds almost unbelievable. But now, if you're speed reading, there's people who do speed reading, right? That's about 10 books a day. If you're a kid, you 10, 12, 13 years old, whatever, 14, you said King said, I don't believe anything he said. That's on you, King. You don't have to. It's, you know, look, I'm not telling y'all to believe or not. What I'm asking you to do is to look at it for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Because, even reading that amount of books, it sounds unbelievable to me. But nobody's talking about this part, right? It sounds unbelievable to me. But look at all the things Cat has accomplished. And you may not even know all the things that he's accomplished. But you got to really open up your eyes and look at this stuff, okay? 10,000, 3,000, 3,000 a year books. And if you hear him speak, you can hear this. You can hear that. You can hear his IQ is on another level. You can hear it. You can hear it, right? And the way that he breaks it down, he's like, look, about all this stuff, he's like, I have no reason to lie. I have absolutely no reason to lie. And he broke everything down. Okay. He's eloquent. Danny girl, yes, I would agree. Eloquent. Self-made. Okay. It's why he's so quick on his feet. Thank you, Harlan. The man is quick on his feet. Okay. Very much so. I was, look, it got to the point. Y'all got to watch the interview yourself, because when Shannon Sharp was interviewing, right? And Kat said, you had so and so on your show, and they said blah 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 blah. They said right here, and they said blah 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 blah. They told you. They told you this, right? And I mean, the way that he was breaking it down, right? I think he was breaking it down so quick. At first, Shay Shay, he couldn't keep up with it at first. And I'm not putting anything against Shay Shay, okay? He couldn't even keep up with it at first, right? But I think Shay Shay was kind of holding back on some things. He could have asked more questions to go a little bit deeper, but then Cat was helping him out. Cat was going deeper. If you can understand what I'm saying, he was going deeper. Let me look at y'all's comments, okay? I'm loving these comments. Most of us think of a response to something on the way home. Exactly. We do. I do that too. I do that too. I find myself doing that too. Right? Yeah. So it's good, but y'all, come on. It was fun. It was okay. It had some funny moments because Cat is just, he was real. He was like, look, basically he was saying this. He grew up in the church. He grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, okay? And he said, which surprised me, I did not know that. So he's no longer a Jehovah's Witness, right? But he still has that relationship. I could see that he still has that relationship. And he said, I wanted to go to Hollywood, be a success, or go to California, be a success, be a successful comedian. And I still wanted to keep everything intact. That's all I'm gonna say right now. I can't say it like I'm not gonna say it like he said it, but y'all got to. And look, I believe he has kept everything intact, right? But who is the one that's always giving money? Listen, Melba Moore. Remember what Kat did for Melba Moore? They talked a little bit about that. That impressed me, right? That really impressed me. Look, who saw the interview? I need to know who has seen it yet, okay? Who has seen it? Who has seen the interview? Because if you've seen the interview, Harlan said you saw all of it. She's dope. She's so dope. You saw it too? Okay? You saw it too? Was it good, y'all? It was so good. I'm like, I can't believe I watched the whole thing and did not get bored with it. And may go back and watch it again. Because he said Kat was saying some key stuff that I like. Like he was really talking about, you know, he was talking about how he has this deal with Netflix, right? And he said, in my life right now, he says, I have everything I want. He says, I got everything. He says, I can wake up in the morning knowing that I have everything that I want. And he said, if I want something, I know I'm gonna get it. He's like, I don't even want to look at no other man. I don't want to look at another man's wife. He said, because if I see her and I want her, I'll get her. Just like anything and everything else. So even how y'all he moved 13 years old. Can you imagine being 13 years old? Finding yourself in, I will say, an abusive family, right? And he said, I took my Rottweiler puppy and my little suitcase and I moved to Florida. He hitchhiked to Florida, got on the back of a truck and said, hey, where you going? He said he had to be smart. Think about this, all these books and things that he read, right? He said, I read the Bible, right? He said, I knew I was supposed to be something even by the books that I was reading, right? But what I was experiencing at home was something totally different. And they were not believing in me. He said, I knew I had to get out of there. So he said, I went to the truck stop and I asked the truck driver. One of them said they were going to Florida. One of them said they were going to California. And he said, well, if I go to Florida, I'll get there quicker. Let me go to Florida. And got on the back of the man's truck with his puppy, Rottweiler puppy, and his little bag and moved to daggone Florida at age 13. Who does that? Who does? I never knew this about Kat. Girl, Danny girl, finish it. I'm telling you. I said, God, this is really, really good. It's really, really, really good. The things that he had to have gone through in life. How golly, somebody need to make that interview a daggone book. They need to make that interview a book because it touched so many levels, right? We ain't even talking about all the scandalous stuff. I ain't even talking about that yet, okay? All the scandalous stuff, I ain't even talking about that part yet, but even that part. And he's naming names. And then when you go back and you look at these names and you research, it makes sense. The stuff that he's saying is making sense. Eric, no, we don't really, really we don't really, really know now because we haven't seen it with our eyes. But if you look at different sources and then you open up your own mind, use your own mind, right? It's almost like some of the same names keep coming up from different sources. Okay? Some of the same names keep coming up. In hindsight, it looks like divine guidance from day one. Come on, Harlan. It's got to be divine guidance. It's got to be. Remember, I tell y'all this, the universe got your back. It's nothing that you need to do to earn it. You don't have to do anything to earn it. The universe got your back. The universe got this whole world's back. Okay? So the things that go on in the darkness is going to come to light. And we are becoming enlightened in this time. Okay? So that's all I got to say is hold on, hold on, hold on. She's dope said, amen. Just hold, y'all. I'm telling y'all, just this is why, listen, y'all. I was thinking this early this morning. A lot of people that we respected, including people that I respected, okay, it's starting to, some light is starting to come out. Like maybe they not all what we thought they were. Okay. You said yes, he was protected as a child traveling on. He had to have been protected. 13. And now look at what he's gone on to accomplish. And he accomplished these things without, what's the word that I'm trying to use? Without he still kept his standards. Okay. Um he didn't suck up to nobody. Okay. All right. Um yeah. He held strong to his standards. He said he held strong to his principles. He says there's some things I ain't gonna do that I'm just not gonna do. I've been there. Has anybody else been there? I've been there. I said, you know what? It's just some things that I am not going to do in this life. It's just some things I ain't gonna do, you know? And I'm kind of like Kat. I like uh I like justice. I like truth, right? I don't like it when people squirm around and they become two-faced and they say one thing and they do another. I disdain that. I do not like that, right? So I picked that out from him too, that he is like that, right? He says, I'm like this He says, I'm a great comedian. Why? Because I do the work. I don't steal other people's jokes. Okay? He said, I know people right now that you think are great, but really, they've never come up with anything original. They've not come up with anything original. They go around, they steal people's jokes, and he went through the whole thing and he proved it. And look, it was funny because I think I had my YouTube up on my computer, right? And while he was bringing up these people's names and saying, I played what was it? Mike Money? I played Mike Money. That was my character, right? And so was right here on your show and said that they were supposed to play that character. He said, I wrote it, I developed it, I did the whole thing. And I had to go back and think. So I'm up here on my phone while it's playing on my computer. I'm up on my phone Googling this stuff, YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's what he meant. He's talking about different people did that. I did this interview 20 years ago on so-and-so's show, and she did that. And then her husband had a gun after me. And I'm like, what? I'm Googling that, and boom, everything he said was right. Everything he said was right. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't find nothing where he was lying about it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find nothing. I was just like, wow. Hey YouTube, hey Facebook, y'all got anything to say? Y'all comment in. Look, my TikTok people, they are really commenting on this tonight. And I really appreciate that, right? But any comments that you have, come on. Did you see the interview? We talking about Cat Williams and Shay Shay Club with Shannon Sharp. Come on. Did you see the interview? It's hot. It's breaking the internet, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's some great, wow, it's some great wisdom and some great nuggets that are in there. Okay? Great nuggets that are in there. And I'm like, wow. I learned so much. I believe I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. Because it was just so many wonderful things that he talked about, right? A lot of life lessons in Cat Williams' story, a lot, and I did not know his story. Like I feel very privileged to know it now, and the depth, right? And the fact that he's got to be a genius the way he studied. He said I studied the top 300 comedians. And he broke it down quantitatively how he could prove to you that he said, I would study them, right? And then I would become better than them. And I'm like, well, how you know? I'm thinking the whole time, how you know you better than them? He says, I know I'm better than them because, and then he answered it. I'm like, are you reading my thoughts? What? He answered it. He said, I go back, I studied it. I know how many laughs they had in their 30-minute segment. If they got 6 laughs in their 30-minute segment, then when I went out on stage and did my segment, I taped it. I got 16. That's when I knew, okay, I'm ready to go on to the next one. Let me look at the next one. Okay, how many did they got? They got 16 in 30 minutes. Okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna get 26. And he quantitated, he says, I have evidence. That's a smart man. He says, I have evidence that I'm one of the best comics, if not the best comedians out there. Quantitative. I was like, well, dang, that's quantitative right there. That's quantitative. Okay. I never heard anybody break it down like that. And he said, I come up with original material. Original material. He's like, other people are out there stealing material. No, I'm coming up with original material. Okay. So, y'all, I learned so much from that interview. I really, really did. A lot of beautiful, wonderful life lessons. I think it's important that we look at things like this, okay? To learn. How can we apply some of these things to our life? Like Kat's story, I'm like, he showed you that it wasn't easy, but he did it and he's doing it, right? He showed you that he said, I make more money than most people in my field. He's like, I make more money than all of them. That's really what he said. Okay. He talked about Taraji Penson, right? He talked about that, and how that was a travesty, right? How it's not fair, and it's not fair. It's not fair that here we are doing the work and it's proven to have done the work, but we still can't get the money that we deserve for the work that we're doing because of the color of our skin. All that stuff is changing. All that stuff's going to change. See, this stuff right now, it has to come to the light and then it's going to change. It's going to change. People are being exposed because all that stuff is about to change. I'm telling you. By the end of this year, I cannot wait to see where we are. A lot of stuff is going to change. I think this is the year mostly for exposing. It's starting like right now. It's coming out right now, right? But it's important. It's going to be important that, y'all, we're no longer sheep. We're no longer sheep. You got to be willing to think and think for yourself. All right. And that's one thing that I really, really do endeavor. And I had to learn to do for myself, to think for myself. I had to say, wait a minute. What is it that I really, really want in my life? What I want my life to be. Just like Cat Williams had to say, even at 13, his parents did not believe in him. Right? I don't know the full whole story of it, but he went through some of it. They did not believe in him to the point where he had to move out. Like there was an altercation, right? There was an altercation, and he was like, I can't stay here any longer because something about to happen. Go down, right? So he moved. That took a lot of guts. He said, don't even think that I wasn't scared. He says, I was scared. I will never tell you that I wasn't scared. But he did it anyway. That's huge. So that's a life lesson right there. It's not always going to feel comfortable. It's not always going to be comfortable. But what's your conviction in your heart? What is it that you really, really, really want? Because whatever it is that you really, 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 really want, it's going to drive you. If you let it, it's going to drive you. And I feel like that's the universe in us. That's God in us, our higher selves in us speaking and leading us. Okay? So I know I've made some decisions where I'm like, wow. But in the long run, I'm grateful. I'm glad that I made the decisions. I can pat myself on the back for making the right decisions. And I've even said it, like in my gratitude journal, Val, you made another great decision. You made another awesome, great decision. Right? So it's really can be kind of simple. Knowing what it is that you want first. And then if there's a decision to be made, is it going to take me closer to where I want to be, or is it going to take me away? If it's going to take me closer to where I want to be, that's what I need to do. Now, you may not feel like it. You may be afraid, just like Cat Williams was afraid. But how bad do you want it? You got to make that decision. And then what principles do you have in your life? So we have to have our own principles too. Like I told you, there are certain things that I will not do. I'm not going to manipulate people to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? Never. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm the type of person that I love justice. I love truth and I love justice. And I said, I'm not going to lead my life by trying to manipulate somebody to do anything. And if it's something I don't feel in my heart, I'm not going to do it. Okay? So that's one of the things that I do. Now, this was so good. This interview was one of the best interviews ever. I believe it. I said, let me go ahead and watch it before they take it down. I was afraid. I was afraid they were going to take it off the internet. Okay, so I went ahead and watched it. So I I think that you guys should watch it as well. All right, because you're going to get some life lessons out of it. Right, and so the main thing is that I want to leave with you guys, and I'm not about to end this or anything, but we got to learn how to think for ourselves. Cat Williams, he started thinking for himself, even at the age of 13, right? And look at where he is today. He's one of the highest paid comedians in the world, right? And he's still going strong, right? And he can say that he did it his way. He did it honestly. He didn't take any shortcuts to get to where he is today. He didn't have no special deals. He didn't have to wear no dress, okay, to get to where he is today. And that's a big deal. So, what is it that you want? And where are you wanting to get to in life? And do you feel like you got to take a shortcut to do it? Or you want to like, no, I want to dig down and I want to really do this thing, right? The right way. Okay? So that's going to mean thinking for yourself, knowing exactly what it is you want. Uh, Now, I always start with the foundation, which is gratitude, right? Because that's what started it really for me is gratitude. Writing down 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for, right? Every day. And in fact, I got to do it today because I haven't even done it yet, guys. So this is my gratitude journal. I got it right here. And trust and believe, before I go to bed, I'll be writing down my gratitude. Okay. So can't believe I hadn't done it yet, but hey, as I say, life be lifing, right? And but still, it's right here. I'm ready to write. So one of the reasons that it's important for you to write down your gratitude is it becomes a mental detox for you. Like it gets all those toxic thoughts out of your head, right? Because you're putting in positive thoughts, good things. You're grateful. Remember, grateful. Filling your mind with good thoughts and as many good thoughts as you can. Okay? But this is what your gratitude journal does. What you write, you invite. It goes down into your subconscious level, right? And when it gets there, right? When things come uh, along, you feel like you can't see your way through, down times come, I can tell you that I can still see myself smiling through the midst of these things. I can still see my way clear. I'm still able to make really good decisions. Why? I'm not bombarded with the negative thoughts. Remember, I used to wake up every morning thinking about negative things, and I don't do that anymore. It's far from me because for years now, for years now, I've been writing down my gratitude. Okay. Now, a lot of you have taken the 5 days of gratitude challenge, which has been just 5 little days, and you see what I'm talking about. Harlan's on here. I think he's still on here. He said his self-talk changed. He no longer was saying really bad, negative self-talk to himself. That it changed. He started telling himself really good things just from doing 5 days of gratitude. Okay. Divine, anointed for divine purpose. She did it as well. And She said, now I have more confidence. I'm able to speak. I'm able to go live. And I'm checking out her page, and she is speaking. She has got the camera on, and she's talking, and she's doing quite well with it. Right? I'm really, really, really proud of her. But this is what the 5 days of gratitude does for you. Now, if you want to continue on with it, I encourage you to do it. But just give yourself 5 days. That's it. No commitment past 5 days until you get to the fifth day. Then you can decide what you want to do. So you can go to the link in the bio and you can download the 5 days of gratitude. Thank you for the follow, Albert. Thank you. You can do that. This is a gift. It's a gift from me to you, right? Do it. Take it. It's 5 little days, but it can become 5 powerful days that change your life and start you on this journey of self-discovery, because that's really what it is. Self-discovery. When Cat was in them books, and I'm sure he's still reading books, it's self-discovery. You're learning something. Remember I told you the other day, I said science has a brand new study out that they used to think that your mind would automatically decline with age. But no, they said, no, that's not true. It actually regenerates, automatically wants to regenerate, but it has to do with your thoughts. If your thoughts are degenerative, you're thinking more about the past, what had been done to you, all this other stuff, it's going to be degenerative. It's going to go down. It's going to decline. Alzheimer's, dementia. But guess what? If you're thinking towards the future, what can happen? Oh my goodness. I'm going to start uh, this gratitude challenge. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to take it day by day and I'm going to do it and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to do the challenge. This is regenerative. This regenerates your brain. It makes your brain younger. Just like if you were to cut yourself on your hand, your body is going to all automatically want to heal itself. It's going to start healing. Your brain is the same way. If you keep putting dirty thoughts in, guess what? You're not gonna heal. It's gonna decline. But when you're putting good thoughts in, you're looking forward to the future. Even if it's a small thing, if you're working on a project, little something that's got you excited to go towards the future, guess what? That's healing. Well, I've already told you that Dr. Joe Dispenza says the moment that you feel gratitude, that you feel grateful for something, is when your healing begins. We all need to heal. All of us, including myself. Okay? We are all need to heal. Life gonna be life. There's ups and there's downs to life. Life gonna be life. Even Dave, look, I heard Dave Chappelle say this. Now I don't know what I'm African American. I'm black, okay? I don't know what you are. But he said, listen, and I could understand it. He said any black person in America, they gotta have a little bit, we gotta have a little bit level of paranoia going around. Okay? Listen, if we go to the bank and we get $1,000 cash out of our checking account and we put that cash in our wallet or in our purse, automatically we're gonna be taking our purse like this. We're gonna be looking around. We looking around at our surroundings. This is automatic. We're gonna be looking around at our surroundings, right? It's automatic paranoia. We're not just putting the money in our wallet and just going on. Automatic. That means we need healing. Okay, that's just truth. That's just truth. Okay? That's truth. That means we need healing. There's some type of something that has been indoctrinated in us. That means we didn't come with it naturally. It's something that has been indoctrinated in us that we got to look over our shoulder. We got to watch our back and we got to always be protecting ourselves. I know it for myself. Okay? It's been indoctrinated in us. That means we need healing. Gratitude is how we're going to heal. We have to heal and do it over and over and over and again. Write it. Write down your gratitude, because what you write, you're inviting. You invite it. What you write, you invite. And what you focus on the longest becomes the strongest. This is real, y'all. So, no, don't look. It ain't going to be no status quo no more. Ain't going to be no status quo no more. Some of the things, some of the people that we believed in, that we followed, they've been acting up in the dark. They've been acting up in the dark. They've been chameleons. They ain't been what we thought they were. Don't beat yourself up. You gotta accept it for the way it is and know that you are strong enough to say, you know what, I got my own mind. Because I was asking myself today, who told us that we needed somebody to lead us? Think about that. Just think about that for a little bit. Who told us that we needed somebody to lead us? That we couldn't lead ourselves? That we couldn't think for ourselves? That we weren't strong enough? That we weren't smart enough? Even if it's to open the book ourselves and read it? And who elected that person to be the one to do it? Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Babyface, you hear what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Who told us that we had to be sheep? Babyface said, yes, ma'am. I just got to think about that thing today. And I was like, could it be that they forces forces decided, just like they didn't they do stuff like this in slavery? When they decided that this is the person that we gonna let y'all, or we gonna make y'all listen to. But what was really happening is they was having meetings and saying, you need to tell the people this. You tell them this. This is what you go tell them. This is what you go preach in the church. This is what you tell them what we said. But don't say it came from us. Say it came from God. Because they can't read no way. They can't read it themselves. And then, so just tell them. You got to make sure we tell them. And then we're going to have our folk up in the church sitting there making sure you tell them what we said. So how is that different from then than it is today, Carlin? How is it different? Is it different because it's on TV? Is it different because they got a lot of money? We made sure that they get a lot of money, that they got millions and billions of dollars, and we gotta set them up. We gotta set them up so that they look good. That they got money. Okay, we gonna set them up that they got money, so that they look good, so that people will listen to what they saying. Because if they ain't got no money, if they ain't flexing on nothing, people ain't listening to them. So we got to make sure that we gonna set you up, and you gonna tell them We want them to know. Don't seem like it's no difference to me. Don't seem like it's no difference to me. What they say? The devil ain't got no new tricks. I said none. Ain't got no new tricks. That's what it seemed like to me. Y'all, we gotta quit chasing shiny objects. Because that's really what it is. And get our minds to working for ourselves. The first thing I always ask is, what is it that you really want? I ask myself this. Not what do you think you can get? What is it that you want? Go inward. Meditate. Close your eyes. Come on. What is it that you want? Visualize that thing. Okay? I'm going to tell you, when you meditate, you will get some downloads, and they ain't coming from no TV. Okay? They're not. They coming from the Most High. They coming from the universe. I'll have my journal right here with me. I'm meditating, and I will. Oh, I got a download. Shoot, I got downloads today, and I put them in here. This is our power. This is our strength. We're not going to put our power and our strength on somebody else, from somebody else. We're not going to depend on them. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We got it. You got to know the prize that you are. All right? There's a whole lot of people. This is why this interview with Cat Williams, one of the reasons why 5 million people done watched it, because you start now to understand that the ones that you thought were geniuses really weren't. That they had to kind of do some stuff. A lot of them had to do some stuff that weren't quite right, but they didn't have no standards. They didn't lean on their own standards and their own principles, and they bent over to get what they wanted. And that ain't right. That ain't good. That is not good. Okay? So what y'all got to say? What y'all got to say, man? What y'all got to say about this? This is something. Okay? I love that daggone interview. I might have to watch it again. Okay? Because it was just so good. The life lessons. I particularly loved when Cat Williams said that he has learned, and I would love for him to talk more about this. He can think a thing. He said, if I want it, I'll get it. If I think about something that I want, I'll get it. He said, I wake up in the morning peaceful, knowing that I have everything I want, and I don't need anything at all. It's almost like, remember how I said that there's 3 types of gratitude? There's gratitude that you can write for your blessings, gratitude for your challenges, and then gratitude for nothing. Cat Williams done got to that nothing where he's so grateful that he doesn't have to have anything. And because he doesn't have to have anything, he has everything. It's a deeper level. Even I'm learning this myself. But would it not be wonderful to just wake up in the morning and just not need? You're not needing anything, that everything's good. You're not paranoid about nothing. Everything's good. Oh, he's done some inner work. He has done some work, some inner work, y'all. Okay? He ain't just been cracking jokes. He ain't just been, you know, acting like a pimp. Uh-uh. He's smart as heck. Okay? He's been using his brain. But guess what? We got a brain too. We have a brain too. Okay? We need to really, really be using it. Okay? So listen, I want you to go to the link in my bio, download the 5 days of gratitude, because that's gonna start you on on the process. Remember to go to any of my videos and put done day one when you complete day one, done day two when you do two, done day three, day four, day five. Tomorrow at this time at 5:55, we are having our raffle, our monthly raffle. Everyone who has entered the challenge of the 5 days of gratitude, the names will be revealed. Okay, we're going to do it live. Okay, and we're gonna have our raffle, and someone is gonna win something. I ain't told y'all what it is yet, but you're gonna win something, okay? Um, that's tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Also, we have elevation calls. Elevation calls, guys, that started on the 16th. Okay, these are private group coaching sessions, right? Where we're gonna really get down to the nitty gritty, like for real. It's not gonna be on a public platform. It's gonna be on a private platform. So you're gonna be able to learn. Okay, I'll be able to speak freely. You can ask your questions freely. Okay, those are the elevation calls. Click the link in the bio so that you can sign up for that. Everybody that signs up by tomorrow, they are going to get their journals, their Gratitude Society Moleskin journals, which are really nice journals, okay? Very, very, very nice journals, high quality. You're going to get those free of charge, okay? Just for signing up for your elevation calls. You are not under any type of obligation whatsoever. You can end your membership with the elevation calls at any time. It's just a click of the button. All right. And so you're not going to be, there's no hidden nothing. Okay. It is just the fact that we have a private platform. There's cost to that. My time has some cost to that. Okay. But the main thing is that I want you guys to have the information so that you can grow, the proper information so that you can grow, so that you can be better. Listen, this year, there's going to be a lot of things revealed. And if you're not ready, listen, I thank God that my pastor made me ready. Because when all this stuff hit the fan, like the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, we already knew about something's gotta happen. We already knew how we were being manipulated with stuff. We had already researched the stuff. Okay? So we already knew. So when it hit, we weren't the way they had everything orchestrated. We didn't just go with what the masses were doing. We sat back and we observed. We became aware. I became aware of the different scare tactics and things that were going on. I became aware of, okay, how they want to influence. Let a celebrity tell a celebrity to have us do something. Just like what I just said. They go back on Ain't Nothing New. They set you up. We want you to tell them this. Tell them that. So if a celebrity says you need to do this, more people gonna do it. If they see it on billboards, if they see it on the buses, oh, they gonna run and go do it. Then they told you had to do certain things just to keep your job. Then they said, oh, well, Maybe you don't have to do it. Maybe we can't make you do that. And they had to backtrack. Oh, well, maybe this thing really don't really work like we thought it was gonna work. We done had some casualties. Anyway, I ain't trying to get all into that, okay? I'm not trying to get all into that. But all I'm just saying is this: you got to be able to think for yourself. You got to. Hey, is it Kayit? Kayit? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. You got to be able to think for yourselves, guys. And that's what in the elevation calls, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to think for yourself. I'm not going to tell you how to think, but I'm going to give you what the tools that you need so you can clear out those negative thoughts, right? You can start feeling better about yourself, right? Then we're going to put some really good stuff in. We're going to create a gap. It's called a scotoma. We're going to create that and we're going to put some good stuff in, right? I'm going to give you some tools every week that you can use for yourself. I'm going to give you some homework to do. When you do the homework, you're going to, how many of y'all did your homework? Y'all know I've been giving y'all some homework. I told you to put your accomplishments down. And then yesterday I taught you the technique about loving the baby. Have y'all done that? Have y'all been using it? Remember I did the loving the baby in front of y'all? And even today, I can report people were treating me better and differently and better today. Was throwing some love on them. Throwing some love on them, okay? I'm telling you, it's powerful. It's powerful what I'm teaching you guys, okay? So anyway, sign up for your elevation calls. If nothing else, when you sign up for your gratitude challenge, we got a retreat that's coming up this year, okay? So if you want to get in on that, just by doing the gratitude challenge, you're going to be on the email list. So you'll get that information as well. Okay. So, guys, listen, it has been fantastic just to be on here today. Talk a little bit of tea. All right. We talked a little bit about Cat Williams and the Shay Shay Club. Oh my God. I'm like a brand new Cat Williams fan now, for real. Like, and it ain't even about the comedy for me. It's about the type of person that you are. And so I can tell you with that interview, I learned a whole lot. I learned Cat Williams' story. I learned a whole lot about him. Yeah, I like him. So anyway, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Remember, we're going to have the drawing. So make sure that you go to the link in my bio or go to valjansler.com and download the 5 days of gratitude. Okay, start. Okay, and sign up for the elevation calls. You do not want to miss those. All right, you don't want to miss them. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful night tonight. I really, really did enjoy you all so much, and I will see you same time tomorrow. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, Facebook and YouTube. I enjoyed you guys too. All right. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.